Let's jump right into this explainer because if you're using Claude Code, you've probably got a hidden leak in your wallet. You are literally paying a premium just for your AI to have good manners. Today, we're uncovering the hidden token cost of all that conversational fluff. And more importantly, I'm going to walk you through a practical, step-by-step tutorial on a free plugin that can slash your token use by up to 75%. So let's get you set up to code way more efficiently, starting right now. Here's the roadmap for what we're covering today. First, the fluff tax. Second, we'll meet Caveman Claude. Third, our plugin setup tutorial. Fourth, choosing your Caveman level. And finally, a sweet bonus, Caveman Compress. Let's get to it. Number 1, the fluff tax. So here is the core issue we're tackling. You are paying real, hard-earned money for completely unnecessary words. You know how when you ask Claude Code a question, it replies with stuff like, certainly, or sure, I'd be happy to help with that. Well, none of that is code. None of it fixes your bug. But because of how language models are priced, you are paying per token for every single one of those polite filler words.
Author Alex Dunlop actually nailed this in his breakdown. He brought up that famous Allen Iverson rant, the one about practice. Not the actual game, but practice. Well, in AI coding, we are basically paying for practice words. We're funding the wind-up before the actual pitch. When you're deep in the weeds, debugging a complex app, and you're watching your API limits drain, you really don't need a polite chat buddy. You just need the code.
To put this into perspective, Dunlop ran a test on a Unity UI bug. On the default Claude Code setting, the response chewed through a massive 1,252 tokens just to explain and fix the issue. But using the solution we're about to show you, just 410 tokens. That is the exact same fix. Stripping out the polite chit-chat saved over 800 tokens on just one single prompt. Imagine multiplying that by dozens of prompts a day. The savings? Absolutely astronomical. This brings us to number 2, meet Caveman Claude. The fix for this fluff tax comes from an incredible community tool. It's a free GitHub plugin by a developer named Julius Brucey, and it's sitting at over 13,000 stars right now. It's hilariously but accurately called Caveman. What it does is force Claude to drop the pleasantries and give you highly compressed, direct answers. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, hold on, if I force the AI to use fewer words, isn't it going to skip logical steps and give me garbage code? That's a totally fair assumption, but the data proves otherwise. In fact, keeping responses brief actually improves accuracy by 26%. Crazy, right? And this isn't just a fluke. A recent academic paper, catchily titled Brevity Constraints Reverse Performance Hierarchies in Language Models, found exactly this. Turns out, verbose AI answers aren't actually smarter. Giving the model room to ramble just creates more space for hallucinations and logic errors. By forcing brevity, you're not just saving cash, you're getting remarkably more accurate code. So yeah, better code for less money. We love to see it. Okay, moving to number 3, plugin setup tutorial. Let's get into the practical side of this explainer so you can start saving that money right away. If you have 5 spare minutes today, I promise you this is the highest ROI tweak you can make to your entire workflow.
Setting it up takes 3 dead simple COI commands. Seriously, it's so easy. First, you just add the plugin from the marketplace by running Claude plugin marketplace add Julius Brucey /Caveman. Then install it with Claude plugin install Caveman at Caveman. That's literally the whole installation process. Finally, whenever you start a coding session, just type /Caveman to turn it on. 3 quick commands, and boom, the Caveman is officially guarding your wallet.
Once it's on, the shift in how the AI talks is wild. Before, you get the classic, sure, I'd be happy to help you with that. The issue you're experiencing is most likely caused by, you know the drill. But with Caveman activated, you get bug and auth middleware. Token expiry check use less than, not less than or equal to. Fix. No fluff, no filler. It pinpoints the error and drops right into the code. It's cheaper for sure, but honestly, it's also way faster to read when you're in the zone and just need the solution. Which brings us to number 4, choose your Caveman level. One of the coolest parts about this tool is how customizable it is. You aren't boxed into just one setting. You can dial the token trimming up or down based on exactly how you like to work. You just type /Caveman followed by the level you want. Light gives it a little haircut, trims the fluff, but keeps standard grammar if you still want it to sound somewhat professional. Full is the default setting. It drops articles and uses sentence fragments. Ultra gets super aggressive and abbreviates almost everything to single words. And then there's classical Chinese mode for maximum compression. This is a fascinating quirk of how language models work. Translating the core logic into classical Chinese characters uses a tiny fraction of the token space. So you've got options. Just pick whatever fits your vibe best.
Finally, number 5, bonus, Caveman compress. To wrap up this tutorial, I want to show you a companion tool built for the power users out there who want to squeeze out every single drop of efficiency. Let's talk about context windows for a second. You probably have a Claude.md file, right? It's that project file loaded into the AI's context every single session. It's awesome for giving the AI the big picture, but here is the catch. It's a massive hidden token drain. Because it loads every single time, you are paying for every token in that markdown document over and over. It's eating your API limits before you even type your first prompt.
Enter the companion tool, Caveman Compress. You run this bad boy on your markdown file, and it rewrites the document into a highly optimized, machine-readable format, while keeping a normal human-readable backup for you. People are seeing massive savings on their input tokens, around 45%. So think about that. You combine a 45% discount on your constant inputs with up to 75% savings on your outputs. That literally changes the entire economics of how you code with AI. So I'll leave you with this. How much of your API limit and your hard-earned money is being eaten up by a machine that's just trying to be polite to you? The takeaway from today's explainer is super clear. Take 5 minutes right now, install the Caveman plugin, compress your project files, cut out all that fluff, and start coding like a pro. Seriously, why keep paying for practice words when you can just get the fix?